Hey everyone. So I know this video is a little late. I meant to post this video yesterday, but I got so busy, and then I meant to just take a little nap last night and then put this video up before midnight, and I never woke up. So you're getting the video a little late today. I'm sorry about that. But this week's topic is, should parents of teens provide their children with contraceptives like birth control, Depo-Provera, condoms, so forth? Do you think that it promotes safe sex or promiscuity? What are your thoughts? I think that it's okay, and let me explain to you why. Well, my mom, how should I even start the story? Rachel moved in with me before we were married, and as you all very well know, my parents are very religious, so they don't believe in, sex before marriage, all that kind of thing, which is fine. So when they found out we were dating, and eventually Rachel moved in with us due to some personal issues that she was having, my mom provided her with birth control. And my mom's thought was, and I agree with her, I know you're having sex. Don't lie to me. I know you're probably going to have sex. If you haven't, and you probably are already, and I'm not telling you that that's okay, but I prefer you not to have a child at 16. And I agree with her. I think that it is okay for parents to provide their children with, condoms or birth control or Depo-Provera. I think that if you raise your children to be responsible, and I understand that everyone is different, and how you raise your children doesn't necessarily dictate how they're going to act. But I think if you arm your children with the truth about sex, I honestly don't think it's going to be a problem. I didn't feel like that was a, free wild card to just have sex, because, I was having sex already. It didn't start with, the birth control or her giving me condoms. I was already doing it. And from a very young age, sex was always something that was on the table with my entire family. We're very open, and we were raised in an environment where sex was talked about in a nonchalant way. By the time I was 7, 8 years old, I knew what an erection was. I knew what, a period was, and I knew why women had a period, and I knew where babies came from, and I knew about sperm and the egg and the fallopian tubes and breast, and I knew about all that, because in our family it was just something that they wanted us to know the medical terms. They wanted us to know the truth, not wait for us to learn it from friends or from sex ed. They wanted it to be something so open. I'm sorry, I'm holding my phone up, so I'm switching arms. They wanted it to be something that wasn't going to be hard for us to talk about, so that when we had a question, it wouldn't be awkward to ask. Like, I remember when I was in elementary school or middle school, and someone was talking about swallowing, and I didn't know what that was. So I asked my mom, and my mom told me. And I know for some people that's a little awkward. I know it's hard for some people to talk to their children about sex. And I understand that, but I think if you make it an open thing, and you make that door open, and you make that outlet available to your kids, I think that they will come to you with questions. And if they feel like they are armed with the truth about STDs, about promiscuity, about unsafe sex, they'll be more responsible. And I don't think that providing them with condoms and birth control promotes promiscuity, because let's face it, people are going to be promiscuous anyway. Not everyone is promiscuous, but at least this way you are applying yourself to a situation to not, I don't know why I said it like that, but you're trying to prevent your children from making a mistake at a very young age. And I think that that is okay. I do think it's okay, because your kids are going to have sex whether you tell them they can or not. And providing them birth control is just going to possibly prevent you from having to raise your grandchild. And You know, if you have that rapport with your children, I think that they'll understand that. I think they'll understand that it's for safety, not for, you know, not a get out of jail free card, just, you know, go buck wild, fuck whoever you want, but as a, hey, you need to be responsible if you're going to have sex. You know what can happen. It's not just about getting pregnant, it's about STDs. So I think that it's cool. I think that it's okay. I know when our child gets old enough, I will provide them with contraceptives, because I feel as a parent and as knowing how the world works, that is the responsible thing to do, in my opinion. But I'm very interested to see how everyone else feels about this, because it is kind of it's an interesting topic. And my family is very different from a lot of people's family. I have a lot of friends, and their parents would never go there. I know friends who are girls who their mom or dad didn't even talk to them about their period. I mean, that's how Rachel grew up. Rachel got her period and didn't know what was happening to her. And that's not okay. You know, our children, we should educate our children so that they are armed with the truth. And I think if they're armed with the truth and armed with facts, I think that they will be responsible. That's just me. That may be naive, but that's my thoughts on it. I can't wait to see what the rest of the hosts think. I cannot talk today. Bye, guys.